From Saddleback Studios, today we've got the latest from Saddleback College and across Orange County. We'll take a look back at October and its holiday events. We'll tell you about some big changes around Saddleback campus, plus some local news stories to keep you up to date on the happenings around Orange County. All that and more coming up. I'm your host, Maceo Vadas.
And I'm Christian Roberts.
And this is OC Now. The City of Mission Viejo and the Orange County Sheriff's Department hosted its 37th annual Walk Against Drugs on October 18th. The walk began at Mission Viejo High School with a motivational speech and proceeded along La Paz Road and the Oso Creek Trail before ending at the Oso Viejo Community Park with a community fair. This year's Red Ribbon Week, held the final week of October, packed a powerful message about raising awareness about the dangers of drug use. California residents voted on November 4th to approve Proposition 50, a major change to how the state draws its congressional maps. The measure passed with about 63.8% of participants voting in favor of the proposition, while 36.2% voted against it. The measure allows the legislature to draw new district boundaries starting in the 2026 elections. Supporters of the proposition say the move gives California flexibility to respond to partisan redistricting in other states and helps protect fair representation in Congress. Opponents, however, warn that this move opens the door to political influence and undermines the independent commission voters approved in 2008. Under the new law, the legislature will begin to draft new maps that will remain in effect until after the 2030 census, when the independent commission will resume control.
The iconic orange and black monarch butterfly has been endangered for some time. Human interference, including habitat loss and the use of harmful pesticides, means that these animals may not be with us for much longer. Some people are working to raise awareness and help restore the monarch butterfly population. For the past decade, artist Jane Kim has been among them, creating her beautiful murals that pay tribute to these butterflies and highlight their endangered status. And now, Saddleback College has commissioned Jane to create one of her renowned murals on one of our own buildings, BGS. Keep your eyes on the exterior walls as the butterfly slowly transforms and spreads its wings on campus. Matcha mania has taken over U.S. cafes everywhere. The increase in matcha sales for the past few years has impacted independent businesses all over California, many of them immigrant-owned. OC News Team takes a behind-the-scenes look at how a Taiwanese-owned business thrives in Mission Viejo and how a specialty tea place is dealing with its matcha shortage.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Nestled in a small shopping center in Mission Viejo lies Konaloa Crown Valley, a family-run cafe that has become known for its specialty matcha lattes and 100% Kona drip coffee. Pei Ling Pak, the store's owner, is a first-generation Taiwanese immigrant who permanently relocated to the U.S. in 1990.
I was studying food chemistry back in Taiwan. I was also a barista and bartender in my college. When I was in the college. And it's always been my dream to have a coffee shop. Yes, it was really fun. I skipped the class. I worked downstairs. My parents didn't even find out I was working just downstairs.
Her first introduction to coffee was at a young age, but saying,
Love it, from the first sip.
Although Pak's love for coffee began at such a young age, her store has become highly popular with tea lovers of all kinds.
I drink tea like drink water.
Her daughter Jasmine, who works alongside her mother, comments that the cups look like tiny thimbles. While you may not see her as often in the store, she's leading forces with her mom to make sure store operations are running smoothly.
I've been working in food production for almost 10 years now, so I know a lot about cooking techniques. I know a lot about product itself, how to highlight them, the background behind them. I test all the recipes here, I develop all the recipes here, and I also assist in the curation of food and drink in our grab-and-go fridge and pastry case.
Tencha leaves, the raw leaves that become matcha powder, saw a sharp rise in production in the past 5 years.
We were unable to fulfill our orders.
It's been 3 weeks. Our vendor is completely out.
Yeah.
Farmers in Japan are struggling to keep up with global demand as tencha leaves are highly susceptible to climate conditions.
There were no more crops to harvest.
Japan's post-pandemic tourism boom is linked to the global matcha craze, as the country's weak currency makes it a desirable travel destination for many. The PAC's comment on recent tariffs on Japanese imports and what they said in the end surprised us.
Just kind of have to keep your eyes peeled for any updates from your suppliers, your vendors. And then the final one was a 47% increase, which was really tough for us. Did do a 20% increase on our menu overall. Turns out it's not going to affect people's matcha habits.
And with all of this matcha mania, what exactly goes into making a truly delectable matcha latte? Jasmine takes us through all things matcha, from the way it's stored, what to look for, and her long process in choosing which one she would soon sell at her store.
Finding matcha was so hard. We spent about $5,000 trying to find the right matcha. I don't want to just be some place that offers matcha. I want to be a place that offers really good matcha. When you have matcha, you're looking for like a gorgeous jade green. I often compare it to the color of a monstera leaf. We put it into a container, it's airtight. We scoop it, we level it, everything is to very specific measurements. We sift it, we put in a correct temperature of water, not too much water, not too little water. We whisk it by hand. There's even a technique for whisking, and even the way we pour it at the top of the cup, there's a technique.
There are many steps into making and choosing matcha, so if you're looking to sip into the matcha mania, be prepared for high prices and delectable lattes.
The Orange Coast College swap meet in Costa Mesa is back this weekend. Visitors can find everything from electronics and clothing to antiques, fresh produce, and handmade crafts. The market is open every Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Adams parking lot next to the campus stadium. Admission and parking are free. Organizers recommend arriving early for the best selection and exploring all the aisles for hidden treasures. The OCC swap meet has been a local favorite for years, still attracting shoppers looking for bargains, unique items, and a fun weekend outing. The Inn at San Juan Capistrano hosted its annual Halloween night market this year. The event brought out the whole family, including pets. There were over 30 local small businesses serving as vendors and a costume contest for kids, family, and even dogs. Events including line dancing lessons, trick-or-treating, kids' crafts, food, and more. Stand Up to Trash, a local nonprofit organization that strives to protect and conserve our oceans, hosted a Halloween-inspired beach cleanup in Dana Point on October 19th, followed by a morning yoga session and a hearing from PADI Aware Foundation Mike McTurnan. OC News Team has the story.
Stand Up to Trash is a non-profit organization that strives to protect our oceans. This October, they hosted a beach cleanup, followed by a lunch and learn with Michael McTurnan from Patty Aware Foundation.
My name is Vicki Patterson. I'm the founder and president of Stand Up to Trash. We remove the trash, and it's not what we like to tell people. It's not just for a one day. We're trying to build a habit.
Stand Up to Trash hosts monthly beach cleanups to hopefully reduce the negative impacts plastic pollution has on our oceans.
Noticing trash in the environment because a lot of animals mistake it as food.
About 85% of marine debris originates from land-based sources, and over 8 million metric tons of plastic enter the ocean each year.
Sometimes when the plastic decomposes, it breaks into smaller pieces of plastic, and then those look like different kinds of food for the animal. It actually ends up protecting us because if you eat fish and you had fish that ate plastic, then you're consuming the poisons of that plastic as well.
Ingesting fish that have ingested plastic pollutants can lead to the transfer of microplastics and associated chemicals to humans.
I feel like a lot of the food is made double wrapped. And so if you're not mindful of putting your trash deep in a trash can, it'll get blown away.
40% of all marine mammals are affected by plastic ingestion, and over 800 marine animal species are negatively affected by litter.
We use the Nat Geo has a marine debris tracker app. You can go on a site in Texas that they're using and find out what they're picking up on the beaches in Texas or Bangladesh. They can use that data as, this is how much trash we're picking up in this area. It's increased in the last couple years or decreased.
Stand Up to Trash strives to protect and help keep our oceans clean by raising awareness about the negative impact plastic pollution has on the ocean through environmental education.
60 to 80% of marine debris starts inland, so it's really important to do your cleanups in your neighborhood as well as the beach. Every city, every community has a watershed, so all the trash goes down into the watershed and then eventually ends up in the ocean. So that's why the city of Dana Point likes to say only rain down the drain, so all of the waste doesn't get put into the ocean. Beach cleanups are really important because, we're asking them to focus on the ground for an hour and a half of just like look for trash.
Participating in local beach cleanups can help your community as a whole. These cleanups can stop pollutants from entering the marine environment and also reduce the plastic that is harming the ecosystem around.
National Transfer Week at Saddleback College was a big success. From October 20th through the 24th, the Transfer Center hosted a variety of activities and resources on campus and over Zoom. Each day had different events, each focusing on different aspects of the transfer process. This week began with an open house and a UC Personal Insight question workshop, followed by faculty members representing their alma maters, giving students a better feel of where they want to transfer. This week wrapped up with the campus tour of UC Irvine and a workshop guiding students through campus life, transfer requirements, and support services available to help them succeed. Are you a fan of soccer and a resident of Orange County? The Orange County Soccer Club might be for you. OCSC is Orange County's top professional soccer club, with the team producing young talent like Milan Osaki, their recent signing to the Philadelphia Union. If you'd like to keep up with the team and learn more about it, visit orangecountysoccerteam.com. Over the last years, Orange County has slowly been losing its most important parts of its identity. Its vibrant ecosystem, pollution, drought, habitat loss, and wildfires have taken a toll, shrinking some of its greenery and natural wildlife. So how do we end up here? OC News Team's Nathan Porter headed to O'Neill National Park to find out more.
One of 25 regional parks in the county, Toluca Canyon's O'Neill Park can trace its roots back to 1948, when members of the O'Neill family donated 278 acres of their ranch to the county of Orange. Today, the park spans nearly 4,000 acres. It is home to a wide variety of wildlife and native vegetation. Due to its secluded location, it has not seen the effects of constant environmental issues like other nature hubs have. Yet, as I walk the trail, I still notice dead trees and shrubbery and a large dried-up riverbed where water once flowed. Even though it's my first time there, I sense there was a time when the park was much more alive, and the hiker I passed shared a similar feeling. Have you noticed a decline in the ecosystem in the county lately?
Nothing particularly drastic. Anything in particular you noticed?
I'll see the effects of wildfires, climate change, all
sure.
that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, definitely with all the burn scar and stuff on the mountain, there's been kind of a decrease in some wildlife around. Yeah. And
So you think like all the greenery and all the vegetation just like disappeared from like 5 years ago?
it seems less. Yeah. You can see along the trail here in O'Neill, some of this gray sage is not quite bouncing back like it usually would around now. And yeah.
Do you think the leadership in Orange County is doing enough to prevent this or help it out?
Maybe I'd love to see some more, at least public concentrated effort on these things. But yeah,
What do you think a regular person could do to help restore this?
that's a good question. Obviously, conservation at home, reducing your own water usage and everything. Maybe not directly affecting this, but certainly helping our area. Um, uh General respect for nature, take pictures, leave footprints, kind of thing. Clean up after yourselves. You definitely see a lot of trash in the park here. That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Need help completing your UC or CSU transfer applications? Then stop by Saddleback College's Career Resource Center in Gateway Room 271. Walk-in support is available from Monday, November 1st through Monday, December 1st. Stop by the Career Resource Center to complete applications with professional support from Saddleback College's most trusted advisors. For more information on transferring, visit the event page on saddleback.edu to learn how you can get help with your next steps. Every fall, the United States dedicates the month of October to raising awareness for domestic violence victims and survivors. OC News Team's Janine Smith sat down with Radiant Future's Dan Sanders to talk about how the organization provides support for domestic violence survivors.
This is Radiant Futures, a domestic violence awareness organization in Fullerton. This is Dan Sanders, Director of Legal Services at Radiant Futures.
What is Radiant Futures? I'd say Radiant Futures is a beacon of hope. It's a place of safety, a place of refuge, and a place of empowerment for many people. We are the third oldest domestic violence service provider in the country and the first in Orange County.
Radiant Futures provides a number of resources for domestic violence survivors.
The type of services that we provide, like I said, residential programs. We provide clinical services for people who need individual counseling. We have group counseling for people to attend. We have a wide variety of holistic therapeutic modules that we work with as well.
October is recognized in America as Domestic Violence Awareness Month, bringing awareness to the violence that 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men will experience in their lifetime. Raising awareness is not just to honor survivors, but to encourage people to get involved with these organizations.
We give a helpline number. We have a 24-hour bilingual helpline number. It's a hotline, 877-531-5522. We have our website, radiantfutures.org, and these are places that people can go whether they are seeking assistance or whether they're seeking to volunteer and get involved. We love it when people get involved, and we love to talk to people and see what works best for them.
For more information on Radiant Futures, visit their website at radiantfutures.org. Coming up after the break, see how pure cane sugar is shaking up Coca-Cola in the U.S., get a sneak peek at this year's Saddleback the Wall Literary Journal, and hear why a proposed lithium battery plant in Mission Viejo is sparking some mixed reactions.
Knott's Scary Farm has been a Halloween staple in Orange County for more than 50 years, just wrapping up its 52nd season on November 1st, one of the longest-running theme park fright fests in Southern California. It brought back classic mazes and introduced some new ones, including the zoo, which featured a lights-out mode, sending brave guests with only flashlights to guide them through the scare. If you missed it, Knott's Scary Farm will be back next year on September 18th, ready to spook a whole new batch of thrill seekers. A 250-megawatt lithium battery storage facility produced by Compass Energy Storage would occupy 13 acres adjacent to Camino Capistrano and the 5 freeway in San Juan Capistrano. Opponents say that there is a risk of toxic chemicals and battery-related fires, while supporters highlight job creation and energy storage needs. Compass Energy Storage has been working with fire departments and government agencies to ensure the project's design includes safety features to lower risk among communities. As the debate continues, students and residents wait to see whether the facility will power the future or continue to power controversy. Shocking. Fiction, nonfiction media, or personal writings behind many great works of literature are very real expressions of oneself. See how fiction sometimes reflects reality. OC News Team's Matt, David, and Connor dive into the world of storytelling at Saddleback College's The Wall Literary Journal Reading.
Whether it is a personal testimony translated to art or an artist's passion put onto paper, the Wall Literary Reading is here to showcase it. We had the privilege of interviewing a Wall professor, faculty advisor, Gina Schaefer, about what it means to celebrate art in person and the reflection of reality showcased in those pieces.
I think it is so important in an era when so much of learning and the arts have moved online, to have a community gathering like this. I really like the idea of bringing people together to celebrate literature and creative writing. And I feel like that experience can't be reproduced online. I myself am a playwright, and I love the experience of live theater. There's just nothing like having the energy of people who are sharing their words and ideas in person. Section between literature and journalism. Matthew Arnold, the literary critic from the Victorian era, once said, "Journalism is literature in a hurry." So a theme emerges from the works. Just struggle and conflict. This year's theme is focusing on growing, recognizing the limits of the world we live in, including technology, and returning to nature.
After the reading, we were able to speak with Editor-in-Chief Aidan Hunt. He told us what it feels like to see his planning and hard work come to fruition on stage, and also his own experiences that influenced him to become a writer.
It was great seeing it happen because I had seen the years previous. had something published there, watched it happen. It really got me wanting to have that holistic experience itself, and in the other direction, be at on the stage and see all that happen. And just seeing it all come together was so great. All of these pieces, I obviously curated all the pieces and it helped put it together, but I wasn't in charge of who was coming to read. So seeing the whole itinerary, it was oh, this is a surprise, this is a lot of fun. Watching everything change and watching all that happen, that was one of definitely the early moments where I'm maybe I could do this again. And I'm writing and academics are actually doing something for me, actually pushing me forward. I'm going to try this. And now I'm here.
Tucked away in Santiago Canyon hides one of Orange County's most scenic gems, Irvine Regional Park. With features like a lake, railroad, hiking trails, and more, you'll never run out of things to do. OC News Team's Nicholas Nunez takes us there for a closer look.
Nestled in the hills of Orange County, California, Irvine Regional Park is one of the county's most scenic and historic outdoor destinations. Spanning over 490 acres, this park offers a peaceful retreat filled with wide open spaces, shady trails, and plenty of ways to enjoy the outdoors. Visitors can walk, jog, or bike through miles of oak and sycamore-lined paths, surrounded by wildlife and mountain views. At the heart of the park lies its sparkling lake, where guests can fish for catfish, trout, bass, bluegill, and more, or simply relax by the water's edge. Colorful peacocks roam freely, adding charm to the park's many picnic spots and rental areas, perfect for gatherings or a quiet afternoon escape. Families can ride the Irvine Park Railroad, a beloved miniature train that circles the park or stops by the Orange County Zoo, home to native animals like black bears, mountain lions, and eagles. With its blend of nature, history, and family fun, Irvine Regional Park remains a timeless Orange County favorite. For hours, events, and more information, visit ocparks.com/Irvine Regional Park.
There's been some confusion online about Coca-Cola's latest move, and no, the company is not bringing cocaine back into its recipe. According to CNN and USA Today, Coca-Cola recently introduced a new formula for their soda made with cane sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup. The product begins rolling out in selected U.S. markets this October after President Trump requested American sodas return to real sugar. You can now find both Mexican and U.S. Coca-Cola cane sugar products in select stores and cities throughout the U.S. Doheny State Beach came alive October 25th with the first ever Surf Queenie of Doheny surf competition, an event celebrating women and girls in surfing. Hosted by Dana Point's local surf shop, Girl in the Curl, the competition showcased talent, empowerment, and community on the waves. OC News Team stopped by to find out about their mission to spotlight women surfing.
The first annual Surf Queenie of Doheny, an all-girls surf competition, made a splash at the Doheny State Beach in Dana Point on October 25th. The event, organized by a local surf shop and surf school, Girl in the Curl, brought female surfers together to celebrate their sisterhood through connections and competition in the waves. We spoke to the owner of Girl in the Curl and the organizer of the event, Mary Hartman, to tell us more about how this competition came to life.
I caught my first wave here at Doheny in 1969. And I run a surf school here. I have been for almost 39 years. And it's been on my heart to do an event like this for over 20 years. And I was finally blessed with the permit.
Surfers of all ages and levels of experience were encouraged to sign up. We caught up with a few to get their perspective on the competition.
It was good. We definitely have some small waves today, so it made it a little bit more challenging, but super fun to be out there with the girls.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just my first surf competition, so it was fun, yeah.
Vendors were also a staple of the event, with many coming out to support. From art displays to clothing and books to bathing suits, local businesses lined the sands to offer their services and support to the event and the community.
It was such a great opportunity to come out here and be part of sort of the culmination of all the work that she's been putting in doing this. I have a bunch of friends who are in the competition, and it's a chance to get some of the art by some of our amazing artists out here for people to see.
Specialize in our women's swimwear, specifically the board shorts. We actually partnered with a marine conservation out in Bali that picks up trash off the beaches. We strip the plastics and then we weave it into our materials, both of our swimwear and our t-shirts, so it gives it that buttery feeling. So that's what makes it also ethically safe too, because we got this lovely group of women out there that take the time to do it all beautifully made, and they're perfectly compensated by hand.
The Doheny State Beach Foundation and California State Parks partnered with Hartman to not only pull off this event, but also spread awareness on preserving and protecting natural resources in Doheny State Beach to clean the beaches and protect wildlife. Hartman, who is also a board member of the Doheny State Beach Foundation, made it clear that this event was not only for fun in the waves, but also to emphasize the importance of taking care of our ocean.
Let me just share one final thing, and I got to scoot. We are blessed with Pacific black sea turtles out here. There's one in particular. His head is this big. He's been here for 5 years. His name is Rupert. He hangs out with us all spring and summer, and then in the winter, he moves into the harbor with the other turtles. We have the dolphins and the whales. You can see them swim by. The seals come. And then Dana Point, Doheny, is a natural bird estuary. We've got the pelicans, all the water birds. But my favorite is the osprey, which is the eagle of the sea. And their wingspan is like huge. And they fly while we're surfing into the lineup at golden hour. And they catch the fish with their talons and they fly away. So that's why I do what I do, to protect them.
For those of you bummed out you missed the event, no need to worry. Hartman plans to make this an annual event and looks forward to hosting the Queenie of Doheny in 2026.
Saddleback's Chinese and Student Scholar Association celebrated the Mid-Autumn Festival on October 14th with traditional games, food, and music. This holiday is celebrated across Malaysia, Vietnam, Japan, and Taiwan, giving thanks for the yearly harvest. People gather with their families to enjoy delicious mooncakes and take part in lantern displays, often symbolizing good wishes for the year. Along with the festivities, an information session about CSSA's abroad opportunity took place for those interested in going to China. Saddleback's own CSSA hosts a spring semester trip, and students spoke about what to expect on the journey. Participants visit cultural sites such as the Great Wall. Those who have gone before recommend bringing an appetite for both food and cultural experiences. Orange Country, let's fly! Kicking off the season strong, the Anaheim Ducks sit first place in the Pacific Division after winning 7 straight games, and they're currently ranked second in the league. The Ducks are set to host home games starting November 17th against the Utah Mammoth, November 22nd against the Vegas Golden Knights, and November 28th against the Los Angeles Kings for the Freeway Faceoff. For tickets and more information about the Anaheim Ducks, log on to NHL.com/Ducks. Let's go Ducks! And before we go, here's a little something to be grateful this Thanksgiving. With food prices rising and SNAP benefits uncertain for millions, families are looking for ways to stretch their dollars. Some major retailers are helping with deep discounts on Thanksgiving meals. Target is offering its lowest price holiday deal for more than $20 for just $5 a person, including turkey, sides, and staples from national brands and its Good and Gather line. Walmart's deal 10 for under $40 for about $4 a person, with more than 20 items, including a butterball turkey at 97 cents a pound. Aldi also offers a Thanksgiving dinner for 10 at $40, $7 less than last year. For grocery and ticket prices expected to rise, these early discounts give families a head start on planning to make the holidays more affordable. For details, search the retailer's name along with Thanksgiving meal deals. That's all for this episode of OC Now. To stay up to date on the latest news and events happening around Orange County, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Thanks for joining us for this latest edition of OC Now. I'm Christian Roberts.
And I'm Maceo Vadas.
We'll see you next time, Orange County.